Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Q2 2022 Storj Town Hall. My name is Ben Golub. I'm the CEO of Storj. Before we get started, we have to read a forward-looking statement. This document contains forward-looking statements about our product direction. The development, release, and timing of any features or functionality described for our products remains at the sole discretion of Storj Labs. The information herein is not a commitment to deliver any material, code, or functionality and should not be relied upon in making purchase decisions. Okay, so with that out of the way, thank you again for joining us. I'm joined today by Catherine Johnson, who is our Chief People, Legal, and Compliance Officer. This is now, I believe, the 18th consecutive quarterly town hall, which is a testament to the amount of dedication and time it takes to build a truly enterprise-grade decentralized storage solution, storage or infrastructure solution, and scale it and test it and get customers up and running. But we are very excited by the progress that we have. The fact that we've been doing this for 18 quarters is also a testament to the importance of community. Community is at the heart of everything that we do. And while a lot of the data that is contained in these town halls is now publicly available at any time in our open source repos, in our open data API, in the blockchain, in our quarterly token reports, and on our blog posts, we still really appreciate the opportunity to speak directly to our community and customers. Today's agenda will be fairly straightforward. I'll do a brief executive summary, talk about key metrics, give you a bit of an update on the roadmap. Catherine will talk about token governance and compliance, and finally, we'll end with community. So the quick story of the past quarter is great continued growth. It's been actually very exciting to see the progress that we're making across users, across the amount of paid data being stored, amount of paid data being egressed, revenues, bringing on name brand customers, having them pay us and talk about us publicly, signing up partners, all of the great indications of a business that is starting to hit its stride. We continue to see success in both Web 2 and Web 3 use cases, very specific use cases, which I'll be excited to talk to you about. We continue to do well on all of the enterprise-grade abilities, the security, availability, durability, et cetera. Customers are reacting very well to our product. We not only have high net promoter scores, but we've had 100% customer retention and something like 1.1 to 1.2 net monthly expansion of customers. So the existing customers are not only staying with us, they're storing more and egressing more every month, which is great for our business and for the community. In fact, things are looking so good that we hired our first Chief Revenue Officer. That's Mark Glasgow, who's a 30-year storage industry veteran with experience with a lot of disruptive technologies, both at old and new companies. Of course, we continue to be really glad and grateful for our community, which is our storage node community, which is now over 15,000 nodes in over 100 countries, with the average node operator having been with us for more than 2 years and with almost no churn, which is a great sign for the stability of our network. Q3 of 2022 likely to be a lot of the same. We're looking to scale, be able to take on those tens of petabyte customers and prospects, and make sure that the customers and the prospects and the partners that we have are really being well served. Looking back at Q2, some key metrics. Our active users are up 168% quarter on quarter. Our paid data is up 63%. Our paid egress is up 88%. And again, these are all sort of paid metrics, people who are actually using the product, paying us, as opposed to test data or charitable uses of data. We are now also tracking the egress, the ratio of egress, which is very healthy for our network, the ratio of egress to stored data, and that's been between 0.9 and 1.7. In terms of hitting our enterprise-grade metrics, again, all 3 years with no files lost, no files corrupted, no files stolen. Our durability is very, very high, so that not only have we not lost files, but we don't look likely to lose files. We track the health of every segment in our network. As you may know, we initially started each segment out on 80 nodes. 29 pieces are necessary to reconstitute the segment, and so far the median segment on our network has 67 pieces. The least healthy has 54, and we kick off a repair process whenever any segment reaches 55 pieces so that we are never in danger of losing a file. Core availability has been 99.97. Of course, we're trying to get that up to 4 nines. Edge service availability slightly lower, but also making really good progress. Performance continues to be a real source of pride for us. We're on par or faster than the large scale providers, and we test that hourly. And so we think the combination of really all of these things, really great signs for us and for our customers. Again, public data is available on an ongoing and updated basis at stats.storjshare.io. Talking about the customers behind those metrics, we list on this page some of the many paying customers. These are all customers who are willing to speak publicly about us and be listed as references, for which we're very thankful. Left-hand side, you see more Web 2 customers who are running on Web 3 infrastructure. Right-hand side, you see Web 3 customers. I'll just talk about some of those customers because they're so exciting. On the left-hand side, we have the University of Edinburgh. This is a research institution that is storing petabytes of scientific data, including high-energy physics data and genomics data, which is being shared with research institutions around the world. Very excited that they're using us. They want the solution to be economical, but also high performance, and be high performance anywhere in the world where it may be accessed. They've actually been good enough to write about and publish their performance statistics. Photos Plus, a photo sharing site that has chosen us as the default backend. Gab Wireless, this is a wireless service that is geared particularly at preteens and teens, aiming to be the first phone, but be the first phone in a way which is appropriate to kids of that age, very safe. They are using us as the backend for their cloud to enable photos and videos and contacts to be shared, but shared in a controlled and safe manner. I'm very grateful that they chose us, largely because of our security, superior security. God Behind Bars, another fun customer. This is a video streaming site, but it is a site that streams video to people behind bars, people who are incarcerated, streams religious and self-help videos to them, and we're actually very glad to have them as a customer. They, of course, also want high performance. People don't have time to wait to see the videos, to scrub them, to do all those normal sorts of things. The fact that we can provide enterprise-grade video serving is really wonderful for us. And as a side note, of course, people will often, put down Web3 and say, oh, it's just for use by criminals. Well, not at all. Actually, it's being used to help criminals turn their lives around, which is really great. On the right-hand side, these are the Web3 use cases. Of course, we have a lot of usage by people who are generating NFTs, people like Ultimate Division, the Bungie project. But we're also seeing a lot of use in something called blockchain fasting. And Web3 infrastructure providers like Pocket and Anchor and Harmony rely on a network of nodes, want to set up new nodes all the time. These are people who are actually blockchain validators and the like. For new nodes to get set up, for existing nodes to perform well, they need to have a full copy of the chain state. And the snapshots of the blockchain state can be very large, between several hundred gigabytes to over a terabyte. Being able to store that, and more importantly, distribute that quickly, affordably, is very important. And a lot of the Web 2 solutions that had been used were taking weeks to set up new nodes. Now it can happen in minutes. Progress on the product. Great news here. Again, our public roadmap is available, so I won't go into this in great detail, except to say that we're very excited by the progress that we're seeing. Some really important new functionality like server-side copy, but also, quite frankly, a lot of stuff that is just involved in helping us to scale, serve the particular needs of new customers as they come on board. And on the next quarter is largely the same, making sure that we're able to scale as we go from customers with petabytes to customers with tens of petabytes. And we see a continued expansion in the use cases that we're serving. Overall, we're very excited. We think we're now at a point where we have a very compelling set of features, functionality, and overall value proposition, really seeing good product market fit. The fact that we can offer enterprise-grade durability and security and privacy, be multi-region by default, have great performance, and at a price that's 1/5 to 1/20th that which people can get from the large-scale providers very compelling. And while all the things I just spoke about are important for Web 2 use cases, we added in the past quarter a few specific features and functionalities and capabilities for people in the Web 3 space, such as the ability to do IPFS pinning, crypto integrations. These are all key to enabling a Web 3 applications to run on our Web 3 infrastructure, as well as Web 2 applications on our Web 3 infrastructure. With that, let me turn things over to Catherine Johnson to talk about token governance and compliance.
Thank you, Ben. At each town hall, we provide the highlights from our token balances and flows report, which are published on our blog and provide detailed information on our tokens balances and flows in a given quarter. Our historic quarterly token balances and flows are all available on our blog, with the token report for the second quarter of 2022 being published on our site this week. We now have 3 years of regular quarterly reporting, with the reports posted on our blog and the highlights discussed in these regular town halls. Taking a look at the activity in the past quarter, you'll see that Storj used 9.8 million tokens for storage operations, with 0.4 million going to storage node operators, 2 million going to third-party service providers, 1.5 million used for salary and bonus, which includes payment to our Storj team members as part of our voluntary token salary program, and 5.9 million in the category of other, which included the first transactions that are part of our carbon offset program and tokens used to repurchase shares in the company. As of the end of the second quarter, there were 183.8 million in long-term lockups. As we announced previously, one tranche was left unlocked at the end of Q1. In our current report, you will see the transfer of those tokens, 30.625 million tokens, into operational reserves. In addition to the tokens in long-term lockup, as of the end of the second quarter, there were 27.9 million Storj tokens in our operating supply and 213.3 million in circulation. The total Storj token supply is 425 million. Turning now to the long-term lockups on the next slide. As previously reported, initially we relocked all of our time-locked tokens every 6 months. Each tranche unlocks the last day of the quarter. Beginning in 2019, we divided the time lock reserve into 8 equal-sized tranches of 30.625 million tokens that unlock in successive quarters and relock respectively to the same quarter 2 years later. From time to time, we may decide to leave one unlocked for operations. In 2020, we left one tranche, Tranche G, unlocked that we put into operational reserves, leaving 7 cryptographically locked rolling tranches at the time. At that time, we began relocking the tranches over 7 quarters. As previously announced, we did not relock the tranche that unlocked at the end of Q1 this year, Tranche D, which left 6 cryptographically locked rolling tranches. Tranche E, which unlocked at the end of Q2, will be relocked for 7 quarters out until the end of Q1 2024. We provide at least 60 days advance notice before leaving a tranche unlocked. And with this current report, we are announcing that we intend to leave the tranche that unlocks at the end of this quarter unlocked and transfer those tokens into our operating reserves to support this period of growth for the company. For more details, please see our written report on our blog. As we have done here and in our written report, the various addresses are public for anyone, as they say, to trust but verify. Please visit our website, storj.io, for the most recent token flows report. Thanks so much. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Catherine. And now just end again at the most important spot. A big thanks to our community for all that you've done. Again, we're grateful to the Storj nodes that make this network possible, as well as all the other members of our community. You can look forward to continuing fireside chats. Of course, we continue to encourage community contributions to the code base, to documentation. Payouts are happening well and have been happening well for a while now on layer 2 as well as layer 1. And please spread the word. We're so excited to be building the future of storage with all of you, and really the future of the decentralized web. Thank you.